is XayLi Barclay, and I want to welcome you to the Simple Video for Online Courses Masterclass. This is a simple class that I've put together for you today. I am the founder of the Start, Shoot, Grow Video Academy, and I am also a Thinkific expert. So I actually have the best of both worlds, where I get to teach people how to use video in their business and for their online courses. And I also am really great at understanding how to break down your content for your student and for your processes and workflow as a creator as well, or as an instructor for that fact. So today I will be sharing some things from both sides of those two worlds for you, just to make your video creation process much easier for your online course. So of course, the first question is, should you even think about using video content in your online course? And so for me, that's a no-brainer question, and I'll tell you why. Have you ever left the movies and felt like you're driving home or you're on your way home and you just have such an emotional feeling after a good movie, or you just feel so emotional and overwhelmed with happiness or upset, or whatever it is that movie actually gave to you? That is how you can make people feel with your video content. That's the power of video. I kind of like to compare it to if you're taking an online course and you actually don't use video in it. How will that person remember you? How is that experience memorable? Why would they come back to you over and over and over? So for me, video for online courses is truly powerful because you get to create a connection like no other. Alright guys, so in this course we are going to be focusing on talking head videos. Now there are lots of other types of video content that you can use in your online course, but I find talking head videos to be one of the most powerful types of video. Why? It creates a different level of trust. So when you hear me say video, for the purpose of this course, we're talking about talking head videos. So what is a talking head video? It's a video of a talking head, right? So it's this kind of video where I get to sit face to face with you and guide you through the content. So let's talk about where you would use this kind of video. This kind of video is perfect for a welcome video. So it's a video that you would be introducing yourself and sharing probably a big idea that you have, or your philosophy or something like that, so your student gets to know you even better. Think about your classroom and your teacher. They might come in for the first day of the semester or the term, and they might explain who they are. My name is so-and-so, and I have been teaching, or I like, or a little bit about them, and then they ask you to tell them a little bit about yourself. So it's a good way to introduce yourself to your student. It's an awesome way to get them familiar with you and to also share what you might be covering for the duration of the course. So what does that really mean? Now, the amount of talking head videos in your online course really depends on you. So it's up to you how many videos you want to put in there, but I can give you some guidelines. So at minimum, I would say introduce yourself, and definitely at the end of the course, give a review or summary, or a course conclusion. Talk to those people. Let them know what you want them to do next and what they should know by the time they have wrapped up the entirety of your course. So you want to think about that. Now that's at the bare minimum. If you want to really get in there and definitely show up more for your person, you can do every module. You can even do every lesson, right? So what does every module mean? Show up at the top of the module and at the end of the module. So in between, it might be lessons. You can show up in there as well. So that's minimum and that's maximum, right? You want to think about it in that way. So if you're truly dedicated, you can show up in each lesson in your online course, but you want to keep the objectives in place at the top of your head. You want to always make sure that you're giving your person the type of content that it takes to get to the objective or the goal of that module or lesson. So you want to keep that in mind. For example, if I'm showing you how to set up your camera, me doing a talking head video is not going to work. I have to actually show you what that looks like. I have to show you where the lights are, show you where the camera is, show you where to sit and things like that. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to know what types of videos give you the best outcome for, that person getting to that goal or the objective of that lesson, that video, that module, and such. Okay guys, I am back again and we are talking head videos. So this type of video is definitely the hardest one, but you know something? It's gonna push you out of your comfort zone a bit, I'm not gonna lie, but in a really good way. A good way that can result in much more engagement and interaction from your students, a deeper connection with you and your content, and definitely higher completion rates, which turns into more testimonials and more sales for your courses. So for me, the extra effort is really worth it in my eyes. Can you see that? So I'm going to take you on the back end of my setup. I hope you enjoy. So guys, what I want to share with you is that this is for if you're filming in a small space. There are different ways to set up your lighting, but this is what works really well for me in the space that I am in. And hopefully it can give you an idea of what would work really well for you as well. This is really all about testing, and I've tested this setup in a few places as well. So it's best for small home offices, small spaces, and if you are running a one-man show like I am. So the first thing you have is your camera and your tripod, which is at the bottom of the screen. And then you have your lighting on both sides, and you have your desk, you have yourself, and you have the wall or the background. Now take a look at how this looks in person. So keep in mind here that I am at the center of the room, and I am actually using the camera to pan around exactly what is going on in the room, right? So this is basically what I just showed you in that diagram. And so you're able to see where my lights are, where the desk is, where I would be in the chair, and also the background or my wall. So I wanted to show you this so that you get a helpful idea of what it's like. I think that when you see someone else's setup and then you see the quality of their video, you're able to understand how you can replicate that because you're seeing what they're doing on the back end. So yes, you guessed it. This is exactly what I get from that setup that I just showed you. This is what the video content would look like. But you don't have to use a fancy camera to do this. You can actually also use your cell phone. Most cell phones have really great cameras, and I use the Reflector app, and I'll put that in the video guide as well, to mirror my phone screen to my computer so I can see what my setup looks like on the front end. So for reference for this video, I'm using the Canon 70D camera. I really love it. And I'm using it along with a 35mm lens. It's super affordable and it gives a great quality video. But you don't have to do all of that. You can use your phone in the exact place that I showed you that my camera was in. And what you would do is you would actually get a bracket for your phone so that you're able to place your phone in there and prop it onto the tripod so that you can use your phone and the app that I just told you about to get great quality video as well. So don't feel bad if you don't have a DSLR or you don't have a fancy, setup going on. Your phone can create great video as well. Okay guys, so let's dive a little bit into lighting. So I switched up this video to show you what natural lighting in the same setting looks like. So I have two huge panels of windows in front of me, and so I'm able to use natural light for filming as well.
everyone loves natural light. Natural light is the light of all lights, but there are pros and cons. So I definitely always have to plan the time of day that I'm going to film. And you know, the sun shifts itself, so that changes the lighting on your camera as well. So you might start with your video looking one way and ending a different way. So natural lighting is not always really reliable. It's beautiful, but not always really reliable. For me, I love artificial light, which are like the soft boxes that you see in the background of that video, because I'm able to keep the same consistent lighting all across the board. So both have their pros and cons, but if you are a newbie, start using artificial lighting and then dive into natural lighting. That would be a great thing. So you learn your camera, you learn your setup, and you learn how to use soft boxes. They're pretty affordable, so that, you know, you can understand how to really dominate your set. Now, natural lighting, however, if you don't have soft boxes, please feel free to dive into your natural light. Just get in front of a window and go. Now, the best things that I would recommend is that you film either really early in the morning when the sun is just getting up there and not beaming down, and also in the evening when the sun has, you know, shifted its way around the world and the lighting around you is a bit softer. The next thing that you want to make sure you do is have a good microphone. You can either get one like this, which is a desktop microphone, or you can use one that clips onto you and catches your voice. Having good quality audio is as important as having good quality video. They really go hand in hand. I'll definitely put a link to this mic. It's super affordable in the guide as well. So guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is backgrounds. So backgrounds get me so excited because of the fact that you can create whatever you want in your background. So I'll tell you a few mistakes people make. They leave their backgrounds where we see too much going on, you know, like mess in the backgrounds and things like that. The best thing, if you don't have a fancy background, is to either use a green screen. So I'm showing you that green screen fabric. Or you can use your wall and do something to it that is signature to you. If you don't, a white wall is fine too. But spruce it up, make it yours. Anytime anyone sees these dots, they know it's one of my videos. So that's great for marketing, and it's a nice touch for my courses as well. Add props to your backgrounds, make it yours. So for me, my little plant back there, it's really simple, but it adds a cute touch to my videos. So get creative with your backgrounds. If not, a simple white wall works fine too.
Obviously, talking head videos are amazing for marketing and sales for your online course, but we're not touching on that in this course. But I wanted to make sure to let you know, because that's when you really want to communicate with your person. But adding these videos to your course just creates a magical touch and a magical connection too. What are you waiting for? You can start today. Trust me, you don't want to miss Amplify 2020. Go ahead and get registered right now.